What is up, everybody in the digital asset space? Everybody in the XRP community, Solomon here. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic Friday. If you see any scam ads on this video, please do not participate in that. Now, I will be announcing the winner of the $50 worth of XRP giveaway at the end of this video, so stay tuned. I did want to just give an additional brief disclaimer, okay? I get tons and tons of messages asking me for price predictions, asking me for how much of a digital asset they should hold to be comfortable. There is no possible way for me to answer that question. And to be truthful, it wouldn't be responsible. So, you know, I understand everybody's frustration and dealing with the bear market for, you know, multiple years at this point, but you have to step back every once in a while. And you have to look at the forest, right? And you can't focus on the trees. You have to look at what these institutions, what governments are doing, what these banking giants are doing across the board. And they are 100% building on distributed ledger. They are building on blockchain. It is in the news every single day. I could care less about 10% or 20% or 30% increases or decreases. That doesn't matter to me. I'm not worried about a day or a week or a month from now. I'm looking for my future, my family's future, my personal future. And, you know, I 100% believe in the content that I'm presenting because it's factual content. I do put a little bit of speculation in there, but I don't know where prices are going to go. I don't know how much of a certain digital asset you should hold because I'm not you. I can't make that decision for you. I'm not in the same financial situation as any of you. I'm in the same financial situation as myself. I make my investment decisions by myself based on my research. Now, I try to provide this research as an informative place for you to branch out and kind of look this stuff up on your own. You know, see if what you think I'm finding is legit. See if you think it's BS and to make your own decisions. I'm not going to tell you that a system's coming in 2 weeks that's going to change your life forever because that would be completely irresponsible and it would be stupid. So that being said, this video is going to be a little bit more high level. It's Friday. I generally don't do videos over the weekend, so I hope you enjoyed this. This is Christian Hasker. He is the Chief Marketing Officer at Hedera Hashgraph. Now, there was an interview done on CNBC, I believe, with Deepak Chopra talking about mental health. And if you're not aware, he is a giant in the mental health industry. And he is building an app through the initiative that he has with Hedera Hashgraph. It is going to be built on Hedera Hashgraph. And it looks like Christian's saying here that it's going to be utilizing HBAR. So let's pay attention to the interview for about a minute here. Then we'll move on. We've got some SBI news. We've got Bank of England rhetoric. And again, the giveaway will be at the end of this video for the $50 in XRP.
Tell us more about that and how this came about.
Well, Hedera is the largest blockchain organization in the world, and there has never been a blockchain for mental well-being. The advantage of blockchain is it is democratic. Everybody has access to it. It's traceable. You can put your content. You can trace the source of the content. You can exchange resources. You can even create a cryptocurrency. So we're creating a love in action currency for everyone that can exchange services and goods throughout the world and democratizing mental and physical well-being, as also through the Chopra app.
So I think that's huge. And I think that that's an absolutely great and wonderful initiative that's going on in this space. If you are not aware, Hedera is owned and governed by some of the largest institutions in the world. Boeing, Google, Avery Dennison. You can go down the list here, and I believe that they've got, I think it's 36 or 39 members total, and I think they still have, I know it's more than 10 that still need announced. So I'm curious to see who they announce. And these council members they're not partners. They own the network. So it's interesting to see where this goes. Again, I'm a big believer in Hedera, but you got to do your own research on that. So you all know I'm a big believer in XRP as well. So, all right, this is huge, everybody. SBI Holdings to set up blockchain-based digital stock exchange in Osaka. This is from Cointelegraph, so take everything that you ever see from a crypto website with a grain of salt. What I do, just as a heads up to make sure that what I'm finding is correct, is I will try to see if there's links in here. And this one did have a link, so it's through Nikkei. And This is the official announcement, it looks like. Yoshitaka Katao, president of SBI Holdings, responded to an interview with Nihon Keizai Shimbun. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, and I apologize. He revealed that he has started to work with Osaka Prefecture or prefect in the government to realize the concept of placing the International Financial Center, which will be the hub of next generation finance in the Osaka and Kobe areas. It plans to set up a digital securities exchange based on blockchain, distributed ledger technology in the same area, and to attract fintech companies. Very, very, very interesting. Now we have something coming out from State Bank of India. Banking sector moving towards digitization or digitalization, whichever you prefer. This is State Bank of India right here. Now this is New Delhi. Managing Director of the State Bank of India. Basically saying 91% of jobs are being done digitally now. We believe that 91% will be 100%. For a bank like State Bank of India, other banks, obviously, everything is going to move digitally. There is no doubt about that. Penetration of smartphones is also going to increase, he said at a virtual conference organized by the Confederation of Indian Industry. Going forward, he said, Ripple branches are going to become... I said Ripple. Going forward, he said, branches are going to become nothing but distribution points like what has happened in Europe and other places. This is where the big opportunities lie. And I said Ripple because I always think about Ripple when I think of India, because from a banking and a market share for banking technology, Ripple has a huge footprint in India. We've gotten different numbers, but I've seen numbers as high as 60 or 70%. And maybe even higher than that. So that is not saying they're going to be utilizing XRP. We all know India's standpoint on cryptocurrency at this point. But I believe it's all rhetoric. And I believe that in the end, all countries and all nations will be utilizing digital currency in one way or another. And whether it be personnel or, the average citizen not being allowed to, these financial giants and these banking giants and the governments and everybody else, they will be utilizing whatever they can utilize to make more money. And to save more money and to increase liquidity. It's not hard to see where this all goes. The rhetoric only exists as long as the rhetoric doesn't exist, right? They're going to get to a point where they can't lie to you anymore. What happened with the internet? The internet was around since the 60s or the 70s, and we didn't start using it until the late 90s, middle of the 90s. It's interesting to see where this all goes, but I think that we're all in the right direction, going in the right direction, and I believe that we're all in the right space. Now, this is Visa and Vips tie up to move money easily via mobile in Europe. I believe Vips is one of the biggest payment processors in Norway. Nothing directly tied in with Ripple here. We know that Visa has many relationships that through their partners tie in with Ripple, but we don't want to speculate too much. However, I looked up Vips and, this came across here, and this is an SBI Ripple Asia presentation. You may not have seen this. Japan's landscape for QR payments, okay? Now pay attention to who this was presented by. This is directly on the Bank of Thailand's website here. bot.or.th. Now, if you go down here, it talks about a brief history, talks about a landscape of cashless trend in Japan, talks about tech giants trying to innovate QR, banks leading instant payment service in various countries. We can see Norway here is Vips, as I just mentioned previously. Next gen payments, and this is the smartphone app MoneyTap, which is powered by Ripple's distributed ledger technology. You can see the balance, you can see menu screen transactions, and QR code payments supported. Japan Banking Consortium conducted a proof of concept via Ripple Connect Cloud. It looks like with MoneyTap here, or an early version of MoneyTap, maybe like a beta or something, and interledger protocol validators. So I believe very much so that probably all of these consortium banks are tied in with ILP. Now we can see Ripple and SBI Ripple's corporate profile. The strategic investment was 40% through Ripple and 60% through the SBI group. Now this is probably a couple years old. There's got to be more than 235 team members now, 8 offices worldwide. You get the picture, right? And it talks directly about Ripple's mission and Internet of Value, enabling the world to move money like information moves today. And that's as simple as it gets, people. It is not rocket science trying to understand what Ripple is trying to accomplish. And XRP is a utility tool to be able to aid in their accomplishment of that goal of the Internet of Value. All right. I'm going to leave you in a couple minutes here, but Brazil could be ready to implement a digital currency in just 2 years, says the central bank president. This is another crypto website, so we always look to see if there is an actual announcement from somebody else. And there was, but this is earlier. This is February. Actually, no, I'm sorry. The dates are, I always get confused. This is actually September 2nd. God, the American date system is crazy. So September 2nd, 2020. And let me translate this real quick for us here. Central bank sees space for digital currency in Brazil by 2022. This is Compost Neto, or NATO, however you pronounce it. I'll say Compost. The instant payment system, open banking, and the modernization of the exchange rate may pave the way for the next 2 years. Brazil may have the necessary, and we will get into Ripple's tie-in with this gentleman here in a second. Brazil may have the necessary conditions to issue a digital currency in 2022. The assessment is by the president of the central bank, Roberto Campos Neto, who has said that the digital currency will be the future of the financial system. Now, what he's saying here is very important, and I'm going to move on. Pay attention to this. To have a digital currency, you need an instant payment system that is efficient and interoperable. An open system where you can create competition, and a currency that has credibility, is convertible and international. After that, I think you have all the ingredients to have a digital currency. We think we will have this in 2022. I wonder how they're going to achieve interoperability is my big question. We can see here, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse meets with leaders of Central Bank of Brazil. And this is directly with Roberto Campos. They had a closed meeting video conference here. We'll see where that goes, everybody, okay? All right, last thing before this giveaway, Community Forum August 2020 through the Bank of England. This is August 21st. They just released this, I believe, a couple days ago, though, or I think this was released today on Bank of England's website. And it talks about, some of these individuals talking about where everything's going here. And a few used the phrase a perfect storm. They were referring to a looming crisis and the fact that the full impact of the pandemic has yet to be felt. There are a lot of hidden victims who haven't reached out yet for help or support. Now, it also talks about digitization down in here as well. So I will let you go on to here. You can look at this yourself. But it's the same rhetoric that we've been seeing daily. Okay, giveaway, and then I'm done. And I hope you guys all have a fantastic weekend. So I'm going to highlight the link. This is from the video that I did on September 2nd. I still owe you guys, after this giveaway, 2 more giveaways based on the 20,000 subs, which I really wholeheartedly appreciate. Thank you so much. All right, I copied the link. I'm going to go to this random comment picker. I'm going to post the link. The only filter I have on here is filtering duplicate users, but I'm going to add my own filter. If it's a negative comment, I'm skipping you. So, all right, unique commenters. There we go. All right, Rafael Carazana. So if you are on Twitter, Rafael, please direct message me. I will probably ask you to prove that this is you. And your quote here was just XRP. So I don't have an issue with that. That's not negative. Or you can reply to me on your comment on the initial video as well, and we will deal with it. So, all right. So thank you guys all very much. I appreciate your support. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Again, don't participate in scams. And if there's news, I'll post it. But if not, I will see you later this weekend or Monday. All right, later.